College Community Schools has a long tradition of providing quality facilities for its growing student enrollment. It is now time for the next step. College Community is a healthy, growing, independent school district serving approximately 5,000 students in the area that includes the southern part of the city of Cedar Rapids, the communities of Ely, Fairfax, Walford, Swisher, Shueyville, and surrounding areas. In the last 5 years, Prairie is the fourth fastest growing school district in the state. But the growth pattern is a long-term trend. By a decade, the enrollment has increased from 2,433 in 1990 to 3,115 in 2000 to 4,832 in 2010. Enrollment is expected to climb to 5,644 students by the year 2020. Growth has many benefits. It helps protect the value of property owned in the district. It contributes to the healthy economic climate. It helps support community businesses and services, and it contributes to local jobs. Growth is a good thing. Good schools are a catalyst for strong and sustained economic development in a community. But growth also brings with it responsibilities and obligations. In the past, Prairie's community has accepted the responsibility of providing appropriate school facilities for its children. What is the next step that our students need and our times require? Beginning in 2003, a board-appointed Citizens Advisory Committee on School Facilities created a plan to accommodate the projected growth in student enrollment. That plan called for the realignment of our grade structure and the construction of a new 7-9 building. That part of the plan was accomplished in 2009. The next step in the long-range plan is to construct another pre-kindergarten through 4th grade elementary building to open in the fall of 2014. In January 2012, the board convened a new Citizens Advisory Committee on School Facilities to review the need for moving ahead with the earlier proposal. That committee's recommendation called for an immediate election to authorize the issuance of $15 million in general obligation bonds to fund the construction of a new pre-kindergarten through 4th grade elementary school on the central campus. Here are the key facts that caused them to support this action. Student enrollment history shows a steady increase and is projected to continue increasing. Elementary class sizes continue to increase. In the last 5 years, average elementary class sizes have grown from 20.9 students per section in 2006 and 07 to 24.8 students per section just 5 years later. Without additional space to house additional students, class sizes will continue to increase to levels that do not sustain a quality education for our children. So, what is proposed? What is proposed is an approximately 81,000 square feet building that will be comparable to the other existing elementary schools on our campus. The building would be built on the existing campus on land originally purchased for school sites, but currently used for youth recreation. The district has provided an improved area that will be available for youth recreation in the spring of 2013. The new elementary location will be available for site preparation work in the fall of 2012. So, what will it cost? The cost is $18 million. Where will those dollars come from? The majority of the dollars will come from the sale of general obligation bonds, $15 million. As promised at the time it was passed in 2007, $2.5 million will come from the revenues generated by the 1-cent sales tax for school infrastructure. This amount is in addition to the $2 million per year from that source that is already being used for property tax abatement. Other sources will pay for about $500,000 of the cost. For instance, the school nutrition fund will pay for food service equipment. So, what impact will it have on our property tax rates? Many factors impact the school portion of a tax bill. Some are beyond our control. The district has determined it can reduce the cash reserve levy enough to offset any increase in tax rate caused by this bond issue. How can that be? That seems too good to be true. We are in a fortunate circumstance that our tax base continues to grow at a steady pace, lowering the burden on our tax rate. The district has lived up to its pledge to use $2 million of sales tax revenue each year for property tax abatement. It will continue to honor that commitment. Without additional classroom space, class sizes will increase in proportion to enrollment growth. There are no unused classrooms. Spaces designed and intended for other support uses, not regular classrooms, are the only spaces remaining. It will become increasingly difficult to maintain the level of education that our students need and deserve. As a former board member, I was always conscious of the need to provide a quality education and outstanding facilities for the youngest of learners, for they will be the leaders of tomorrow. Will it get less expensive if the district waits to act? History shows that does not happen. Vote on April 3rd, 2012. Here is the language that will be on the ballot. Here is when and where you can let your voice be heard on this important issue. If you have questions that are not answered in this presentation, please contact the district office at 319-848-5200 with your question, and we will get you a response as soon as possible.